run it up, I run it up again. She was frontin', so I fucked her friend. Bitches calling me a dog because I don't wanna fall in love with them. You could call it what you wanted, cause she gon' still let me fuck.
You. French here, man. I'm back again with another top 10 things I want to see in 2K17. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip all that bullshit. Y'all can watch the gameplay in the background. I was on the 21 court wilding. And I'm going to just get right into it. So number one, the first thing they need to take off this game is these attribute caps for each player. Like, that's the most pointless shit in the game. What I feel like they should do is when we go to practice or whatever, instead of getting a 5 to or 15 plus boost for just one game, we should be able to choose which area we feel like we can work on during that practice. And each time we go to practice, it's giving us like a little bar towards the attribute. And like 4 or 5 practices of working on one area should give us an attribute in that area. We shouldn't have to buy VC. Not buy VC, pay for the attribute itself. We should earn it after we get to 88 and all that type of shit. So that's number one. Number two, one thing they definitely gotta take out this game, since they want to take off speed boosting, take the cheese out the game and all that type of shit. You can't have a cheese-free game and you got park cards still in the game. So they should have been took that shit out the game. Nobody nice uses park cards. You only using park cards if you need to get bailed out of having a bad game all day. So I don't know why they even put that in the game. Just take that out. That's a quick number two. Number three, one thing they definitely gotta take out this game is the dribbling restriction. The dribbling restrictions. Like every time you try to do a spin move in the paint, you can't. They run into a brick wall. Every time you do a crossover on a fucking, like after a rebound, you run into a brick wall and stop the whole fast break. Like, I don't know what they was thinking when they put that in the game. They put that in the game like after a patch type shit. So they definitely gotta take that out the game, because you can't dribble in this game like how you want to without boosting. And that's not like that's if you think about it, bro, boosting and all that shit, that's another type of part called cheese. Like, you shouldn't be, ain't no real life boost, so why you have it in the game? But whatever, like, just take that out of the game. Ain't no need to do all this extra shit. They just trying to get free VC out of y'all. Number four, this one thing I actually definitely like want to see in the game. Like, no matter what, they definitely got to put this in the game. They gotta have some type of better layup packages for big men. Like, Tim Duncan and Blake Griffin are not the only big men in the NBA. Carmelo Anthony's a fucking power forward, but you can have his layup as a guard. That makes no sense. Who else? Like, there's other big men in the game other than Tim Duncan and Blake Griffin. I don't really understand why those are the only two layup packages that we can get. So yeah, that's about it. Like, just put better layups in the game for big men. Number 5, when you creating a player, in my career, there shouldn't be no balance inside outside. That was 2K just being lazy. I feel like NBA Live had the best format for what type of player you want to create. You could choose like having a Russell Westbrook, Kyrie Irving, or Damian Lillard type of player who has, like, you could choose exactly what type of player you want to make. You don't have to guess when you buy in the game what type of player you want to make, because you don't know which like outside, inside, which ones actually work. You don't know how your shooting is going to be if you balance. You don't know how your shooting is going to be if you inside. You might as well just have an example of a player what you want to be, like how NBA Live did it. That was just 2K being lazy and shit, cause like that format, you don't see what you can do with your player until after you done already made him and went through the Spike Lee cutscene and shit like that. And yeah, that's it. Number 6. This is a my career one. I feel like the my career experience that we had in 16 was wild. Like, that shit was garbage. Shit disappointed me OD, because they was saying, oh, this is your story, but everybody has the same fucking story that plays my career. Like, I don't understand. If you make an inside center, why in the beginning the first thing you doing is shooting threes in the park with your twin sister? Like, that shit didn't make no sense. I feel like each position you have should have like a different type of story. You have a different feel for every type of position you make. Like centers and shit have a different experience. They get different offers to colleges and shit that point guards would, because every college that you see in the every college you see on TV, they don't have the same needs as every other college and shit. So if a college only needs like a point guard because they're no, not even a point guard, a center because they got point guards that's in their program for like 2-3 years and shit, then the centers that you make in the game should be getting offers from those colleges. You feel me? If you need like a small forward or whatever, then those colleges will reach out to you. You shouldn't get offers from the same college no matter what position you make. You shouldn't be having the same cutscene if you a point guard or a center. I'm talking about you could be the best player, the number 1 overall pick, if you ain't even do nothing to earn that. You should go through the, like, if you having a bad college experience, you scoring like 5 points a game because you don't got no attributes. Why is there a cutscene talking about you could be the number 1 overall pick? You feel me? Like, I purposefully went through college and simmed through all that shit, and they talking about I could be the number 1. Like, come on, my nigga, that's not realistic. So that's number 6. Number 7 is a MyGM one. I feel like this one should just be the MyGM upgrades, because there's too much shit that, not even too much shit, it's just a little bit of shit that MyGM needs. Because anybody that plays MyGM, that shit is annoying when you trying to like fire the coach and shit like that, and you trying to get interviews with other coaches, and they really come have an interview with you just to tell you they're not interested. Like, you should only have options for coaches and trainers and shit like that want to be there. Like, you feel me? You shouldn't be able to interview somebody that doesn't even want to sit down and get interviewed. Another thing, for MyGM, the relocation process is just like that should take forever to relocate, number 1, and you have to own the team just to have the best like facilities to create that. Like, I don't see how that shit adds up, bro. Why is it so hard to relocate a team? If you want to relocate a bum ass team like the Utah Jazz, you should have that option to do it, because Utah is whack, the team is whack. If you building a good team and you want to switch up the location and the jerseys and shit like that, why they can't just let you do what you want to do? That's the reason you bought the game so you can have fun with it. And another thing, players and all this extra shit, it seems like every time, no matter what team you on, players is complaining about getting more minutes. And if you don't give them what they want, their morale goes all the way down. Like, that shit is the dumbest shit ever. If you winning a whole bunch of games and you a playoff team, why are they complaining so much? That's something that's not realistic and it doesn't add up to me. Number 8, I feel like they definitely need to add the new park animations into the game, because we had the same park animations for like the last 2 years, except for like the jog animations and shit like that, but that was cool. But I feel like we need gameplay animations. We need some type of dribble combination shits that we can unlock and buy. Like, you see like how in Mortal Kombat you do a combination of shit like left right and you do like some type of OD breezy takedown. We need the same thing like in 2K, like in NBA Street, you do all this type of shit for a flashy dunk or the jamming or whatever that shit's called. I forgot. But bro, this is a video game. This is a park. We should make the shit more fun. And the dribbling animations in this game don't work on its own, so you might as well just add some type of fun street dribble combinations. You feel me? And the dunks and shit, they're gonna redo all that shit with Zach Levine and all that. All the walk animations isn't that whack to me. Y'all might as well add some new walks, jogging animations, all that. The celebrations should be redesigned. You feel me? All this shit, like, you can add a whole bunch of shit into the game, but I ain't gonna be too picky. I just want the dribble animations and shit, and I'll be straight. Number 9, I remember like in 2K11 or some shit like that, where they had the the Michael Jordan shit, and you could go through my career with Michael Jordan and see what you could do with his career, and see if you could relive all that type of shit. And then 2K12, I think you could do that same shit with any player you wanted to. I feel like they should bring that mode back, to bring a legend mode. They should bring that back and take out my league, because my league and my GM is basically the same exact shit. Last but not least, number 10. I talked about this in one of my other videos, but I figured I might as well touch more onto it. The Rucker Park shit, I feel like there should be another mode, like legendary park mode type shit like that for 5-on-5 gameplay. And instead of just being Rucker Park, you could have like levels of parks that you can unlock after doing that 5-on-5 shit, and you add rep along the way, you feel me? You could have Dykeman, West 4th Street, Rucker Park, and the more wins and shit that you get on one park, you still get rep and shit from one park, and on top of that you earn like some type of points that you could go towards unlocking a new park with your crew. And like in Rucker Park, you get the Rucker Park jerseys, or you could have your own crew's jerseys and play against other niggas that have to wear the Rucker Park uniforms and shit like that. I feel like that would be dope, man. That would be more realistic than 90% of the shit that's in the game. Because real NBA players go to real parks all the time and play ball. So why you can't do it in the video game and draw a crowd and shit like that? You feel me? And that'd be the best 5-on-5 gameplay in my opinion. That's like, Pro-Am was cool, but it wasn't like realistic. You're not gonna really have a fucking stadium, you feel me, and be playing all these other niggas and shit like that. So Rucker Park, West 4th, and Dykeman added to the park. I mean, added to 2K. The niggas would be happy. And that's about it. That's my top 10 right there. And whatever y'all feel like else should be in the game, put it in the comments and shit like that. Like, share, subscribe, and I'm out.
I been waking up the bitches in my hotel suite. We be going on the molly, holding on the Friday. Why you looking at me? Shout to recognizing on the one is ballin'.